Good morning from the beautiful Northwoods of Wisconsin. Wanted to talk to you about yesterday's experience visiting two dealers. First dealer was Trackside in Eagle River, and the second dealer was Sportsman Service Center, located in Three Lakes, Wisconsin. I did take a video before I went into the dealer, however, it didn't come out as I expected. It got cut off or clipped. I don't know what I did wrong. So I'm doing this one. Prior to going into the dealership, I was kind of excited because I wanted to see what changes they might have made between the 2019 and the 2020 Polaris 1000 EPX. I'm sorry, 1000 um, XP uh, North Star Edition, and if they had made any corrections on some of the things that I thought might need correcting. However, when I went into the trackside dealer, to my right was two sales desks. One desk was empty. The other desk had a salesperson with somebody sitting at the desk, meaning customers. Had another family waiting to see the salesman, and then another individual waiting to see that salesman. So I just took it upon myself to walk back to their showroom. They have two showrooms. One is in the front, one is in the back. The one in the front is usually clothing, helmets, accessories, those kind of things. Although they did have a jet ski on display, no ATVs or UTVs. And so I walked into the back where they normally have the ATVs, UTVs, and so on, and I was surprised that there were only two vehicles that were there on display. The first vehicle to my right was a Can-Am Defender full cab, heating and air conditioning, similar to my Polaris. However, it was a four-seater crew cab. Laying on the floor in front of it was a V plow, hydraulic V plow. Was not connected, but it was just laying there to, I guess, to show you that you could put a plow on it. To my left was a Razor, um, or Razor type vehicle, and prices were not displayed on the vehicles whatsoever. No salesman around. I did see the owner in his office, but he too also had customers. Um, so I walked back up to the front after giving a once over on the Defender with the plow in front of it, and didn't see a heck of a lot of difference between my Polaris as far as interior goes and the Can-Am um, of similar type. But I did go back up front with the intention of talking to somebody. Two people were folding cardboard boxes that were behind the counter who had walked in while I was standing there, so I just assumed they were parts people from the back. I didn't talk to them. Um, Waited around a little bit. Nobody else showed up. People that did walk through, I assume were employees. I couldn't tell one way or the other, but if they were employees, they never asked me if I wanted any help or anything like that, or what I was looking for, or who I wanted to see. So I left there with the intention of going to the Sportsman's down in Three Lakes. And when I went in there, they had three machines. The first machine, way off in the back, and I should preface by all of their machines, they use mannequins to sit inside. I think that might be to discourage customers from sitting in them, but I don't know that to be for sure. They all have similar suits on, with helmets and goggles and so on. But the first machine they had was a Polaris Ranger 3-seater 570. That was off to the right with a mannequin in it. I've seen those. I have friends that have those. There was nothing special about them. No price that I could see was displayed on that particular model. Um, However, when I went up front a little bit more inside to the next machine, that was a Polaris General. Not I'm sorry, not General. It was a Polaris Ranger 3-seater full size, where the other one was not, and that was 1000 dual overhead cam machine engine, and they had a full cab on it, but they were soft-sided doors, no heating or air conditioning or anything like that. It was a nice machine, and the price on it was 12,000 something, but I think that was just a base price because it was a manufacturer's advertisement. It was stuck in the back window, not a dealership advertisement where they mark things down and so on and so forth. Then I went in the back a little further, back by the parts desk, and there was a Polaris just like mine, um, XP 1000. However, it was again a four seater. It appeared to me that going to these two dealerships and having a lack of machines on the showroom floor, that there is a shortage of machine availability. Don't know why that might be, other than people are not traveling overseas and that kind of stuff, and they're looking for more homegrown sports activities to partake in. Um, I know that traditionally my wife would not drive in an open ATV or UTV or anything like that. She loves the Polaris one that I have with the full cab, heat, air conditioning, and so on, and she goes all the time. Being the age that we're at, and she's older than I am, she's 74, has arthritis, doesn't have the agility. This particular machine accommodates everything that she would need to get in, get out, and so on and so forth. It's the right height. She can control the climate control inside with the air conditioner or the windows if she chooses to open them up, and so on. Um, at the second dealership, Sportsman's, I was met by the owner, one of the owners, Lisa, and told her what I wanted to see. Unfortunately, she didn't have a new one, but I was interested in the XP with the soft sides, possibly because of the price, as a second machine for guests, or even putting a plow on it because it had the 1,000 cc's for plowing up our area. We live up in the middle of the North Woods with on a dirt road. We get plenty of snow up here, that's for sure. Um, but she was cordial. I may go back and if it comes about, look at that machine a second time and get better pricing if available, and talk to her about pricing. I did not talk to her as if I was going to buy it. I just expressed an interest in it. Um, and part of the reason for that is because that particular dealership knows that I have a Polaris 1000 XP, um, full cab and so on, because they did the warranty work on it. Um, but they were cordial. She brought in, I think it's her brother Joe, and we talked about some of the issues with air conditioning and so on, and um, how they helped, or how they do it when they do it. He suggested that when I clean the radiator, I put a piece of cardboard underneath just to see how much dirt that I can get out of there. They also said that they would check into any recalls or warranties related to heating issues that I was having. I don't have them now because the radiators are cleaned. Um, and it was nice to be able that the two of them had all the knowledge necessary that they could answer any of the questions that anybody would have. Um, but they are a small dealership, and one of the things up here, whether I go to Trackside or whether I go to Headwaters in Michigan or Lakeland in Minocqua, any of the dealerships up here are small dealerships. I don't know what their volume would be on selling machines over a particular course of a year, but they're not the type of dealership where I walk in and I see 20 or 30 machines all lined up ready to be sold, and where I can see all the different models and so on and so forth. I would have to drive in order to do that all the way to probably Team Winnebago Land down in Oshkosh, or some larger city that has larger dealerships, which has more volume sales, so that they can do or afford, because their inventory turnover, they can have more and more machines in there. Um, I did look on the internet at some dealerships that were farther away, probably in the 40 to 50 mile range, but I did not go there. One of them being Tomahawk Sports Center in Tomahawk, Wisconsin, and also Irv Sales and Service in Tomahawk, Wisconsin. And one of the things that I discovered with the Tomahawk Sports Center, when I was looking through machines, they do have a two-seater in stock, brand new Polaris. I'm sorry, not Polaris. Can-Am Defender, and I believe it's called the XT or limited model, whatever it is. And I was glad that this exercise put me through that because I do have a friend lives close by that is looking for one of those machines and has been unable to find one. So I immediately took a screenshot, sent it to him, and hopefully he'll go down and check it out, maybe get a test ride or whatever. So that's my report on my experiences yesterday. None of the dealerships up here are open today. The reason I didn't go down to Tomahawk, even though it was 40 miles away, is they're closed on weekends. Unlike the big cities where, people are shopping around on Saturdays and Sundays, up here, evidently, it's not fruitful for them to keep employees and overhead and so on and so forth open. So this is Jack Bourgeois, and that's all I have to say about that.